Hey there everybody, Crazy here with the mid-chapter on the horizon. That just means the anniversary chapter is getting closer and closer. So I wanted to do a quick video on what I believe the anniversary chapter will be. And I do gotta say, recently there's been a lot of teases for what the next chapter could possibly be. So be sure to stay towards the end where I give my definitive answer for what I truly believe the next chapter will be. But before we get on to that, I think it's first a good idea to talk about other potential chapters that could be happening as well. What first comes to my mind here is obviously Jason from Friday the 13th. We already know from Matthew Cote, in multiple interviews he has said that Jason has an open slate in Dead by Daylight. So that alone is very clear that, we're gonna eventually get him in the game. It's really just a matter of when. And especially with the rights battle clearing up recently, I'm sure a lot of you probably know, but there was a whole long-standing rights battle going on with Friday the 13th, and it was only just recently solved. So, yeah, now that that's solved, and since we know they already have a slate for him in the game, it could totally be possible we could see him around this anniversary chapter. The timing also does match up pretty well. There was also a lot of talk of Five Nights at Freddy's coming to Dead by Daylight, especially with them doing this Dead by Daylight movie with Blumhouse, which is also working on the Five Nights at Freddy's movie, so there certainly is a connection there. There is another connection as well, in Meet Your Maker, Dead by Daylight's other game. It's this kind of base building and base raiding game, if you aren't familiar with it. In the hub, you can see these little monitors here, and a lot of people are mentioning that the center image here, I'll zoom it in, looks a lot like some Five Nights at Freddy's animatronic characters. I even did a little side-by-side on what I believe these characters could be, and especially after comparing these, I gotta say, I do kind of see it. I do think it's a bit of a stretch. It could just be a base that happens to look like these characters, because what they're showing on the screen currently is different bases that are made. But yeah, I do agree, I do see the resemblance for sure. And by the way, do not get this confused with this April Fool's joke that Kaito, a YouTuber, posted. I've seen a lot of people falling for this one here. They claim that if you're on the Shelter Woods map and you go up to these monitors and pull up the Skull Merchant's radar, the screen will change to this Five Nights at Freddy's map. But it was just an April Fool's joke, so do not get fooled on that one there. And lastly, I'll just jump right into what I think the anniversary chapter is going to be. And I believe it is going to be Alien. Of course, I could be wrong, but this is just my personal opinion of what I believe it's going to be. And I'll give you all some reasonings for why I believe that. So we see here Ken Pajero, who is in charge of the licensing for not only Disney, but also for 20th Century Fox. And we see here that they're teasing and talking about how pretty soon here on the 26th of this month, it is going to be Alien Day. It's kind of like a celebration. It's like their anniversary day. And if you see here, they tag hashtag sci-fi. Keep that in mind for this next tweet here. So on this next tweet, we see this tweet about Dead by Daylight, and they go, Dead by Daylight has a lot of legendary horror characters. What do you guys want to see make an appearance next? And then they tag hashtag sci-fi. And as you know, they tagged hashtag sci-fi in the other post talking about Alien Day. So it's pretty clear they would like to see Alien in the game. We also see further proof of this when this Twitter user says, definitely need a sequel to this masterpiece. Oh, and if Alien does come to Dead by Daylight, there's got to be an Amanda Ripley skin for Ellen. And we see that Ken liked that tweet. Sure, him liking this tweet doesn't necessarily mean that we are getting Alien in the game, but it shows that they certainly are open to that idea and excited for that. And that alone, I think, creates a pretty big argument for how we could get this in the game. Because seeing the person in charge of the licensing for 20th Century Fox and Alien being excited for this makes me wonder what behavior would have to lose from this. I mean, Alien is a very, very, very big license, and would definitely bring in a lot of people into the game with it being such a big, popular franchise. So I do hope that this means we at least get Alien in the game eventually. Maybe not for the anniversary, who knows? But it definitely makes a case for them being added to the game at some point in the future. It could also be an original chapter, I mean, who knows? I will say though, since we have had a lot of original characters back to back, I would hope the next one would be licensed. But yeah, I guess we'll see. I hope y'all have a wonderful day, and as always, stay safe in the fog.